So you started an email list, you've got an amazing freebie, you post about it on social, and a few people sign up, but you're still thinking it's going way too slow. It's just not enough to move the needle. If you are only relying on opt-ins in social media, you are missing out on one of the easiest growth strategies out there. And I'm not talking about Facebook ads. Today, I'm talking about email collaborations. It's one of the simplest, most organic ways to grow your list and to build relationships and to serve your people with resources that they actually want. If this sounds like a lot of work, I promise by the end of this episode, you are going to see how doable it actually is.
Hey, teacher friend. Welcome to Online Business for Teachers, the podcast for educators who are tired of being tired and wondering if there's more out there. Are you up late Googling online jobs for teachers or how to make extra money from home? Do you dream about starting a business, working from home, or finally getting paid for the resources you've already created without adding more stress to your plate? I'm Monica Lopez, a former teacher who was burnt out, overwhelmed, and secretly searching for a way out. I wanted more time with my kids, the freedom to work from home, and a way to make money doing something I actually enjoyed. That's when I discovered the simplest path, creating and selling my own teacher resources, using the skills I already had. Now, I help teachers like you turn your ideas into income with step-by-step guidance, real talk about finding time to grow your business, and the mindset shifts that help you believe it's actually possible. So close those lesson plans and grab your favorite drink. It is your turn now.
Before we get into the step-by-step, I want to invite you to something that I'm so excited to be a part of. It's a summit hosted by Misty Miller of Teacher Seller Strategies and the Teacher Seller Academy, and it's packed with presentations from over 25 teacher seller experts, including myself. I'll be teaching about how to organize successful email collaborations and paid bundles so that you can grow your list faster without ads or stress. So if you're ready to grow your TPT business, learn strategies that actually work, and get your eyes in front of more buyers, you are going to want to grab a ticket to the Teacher Seller Growth Summit happening November 13th through the 18th. And the best part is that it is completely free to attend. You can grab your ticket using the link in the show notes, and I would love to see you there. All right, let's get into today's episode. So first of all, let's talk about what is an email collab. Think of it like a group project where everyone wants to do the work because everyone wants to get 100, or in this case, a whole lot more, right? Okay, so everyone involved in an email collab promotes a shared event or a freebie bundle or even just a simple email swap. Each person brings their own audience to the table and everyone grows together. It's literally one of my favorite ways to grow my email list. You build your list without ads, you don't depend on any algorithms, and you don't do constant launches, okay? You're just going to share your visibility with other people who serve a similar audience. And it works whether you have a small list or a big list because email collabs multiply your reach. And here's how to do it. I'm going to go by steps. Step 1 is to choose the focus or the theme. Now, it's not absolutely necessary when your whole team is in the same niche, as it should be, but it is kind of helpful depending on when you are doing your email collab, okay? So ask yourself, what would really be helpful for my audience right now? Some examples are like test prep if you're doing this in the spring, or you can do seasonal themes like back to school or fall, or even like holidays like Christmas, if your audience responds to that, okay? You want something that is clear so that people immediately understand the value, something that is timely so it makes sense for that month or that season, and something that is useful so it actually helps teachers solve a problem. You also want it to be easy to opt into, something that's not that doesn't make you jump through any hoops or any confusion, just a link that works, period, okay? So when the theme is specific and relevant and attracts the right people, not just freebie hunters, because you know those are out there, right? All right, step 2, find the right collaborators. Now, this is very, very important. You have to find your people. Look for sellers who are in the same niche, who serve a similar audience, like the same grade level, subject, or meet that specific need that you do. You want to find people who offer products that complement yours, not necessarily compete with yours, although that's kind of a fine line. So you have to think about it as a group collaborative project here, not view it as competition. Okay, so get over that mindset. Okay, it's okay to share your audience with other people, and it's okay for them to share it with you. That way, everybody grows. Okay, now that we're past that mindset issue, let's move on to where to find these collaborators. The first place I would look is Facebook seller groups. This is my favorite, and it is also the most common. I have a Google form that I use to get people to apply for it. One of the questions that I ask is, how many people are on your list? Now, the reason I ask this is because I want everybody to win. If I include one person with 3,000 subscribers and one that has 20, the 3,000 subscriber person is not going to gain anything, and therefore is going to be discouraged to participate in any collaborations that I do in the future. Now, this is different if you're the one with 20 and you have others with 500 or so, because you're the one doing the work. So think about it that way too. You don't want 5 people with only 20 subscribers, because you'll be spending a lot of time organizing this, and you want to get as many subscribers as possible from it. So don't sell yourself short by just picking people with 20, 25 subscribers, okay? You can do that if you want, but you're not going to get a lot of subscribers from that. All right, I do want to quickly add that the Google form that I use for my email collabs is going to be in the all access pass for Misty Miller's Teacher Seller Growth Summit. So if you are interested in that form, make sure that you purchase the all access pass. All right. Another place to find collaborators is TPT. I literally go into TPT and look up the type of resources that I sell, and I look up their stores. And if they look like they have an audience, so like if they have a lot of reviews and a lot of followers, then I move on to my next step, which is looking on Instagram. After I look people up on TPT, I go to Instagram, find their contact information. Now, sometimes they'll have a website and or email information there, but if not, I just Google their store. If they have an email opt-in on their website, that means that they have an email list, and so I contact them. Sometimes they don't answer, and that's okay. Focus on the ones that do. All right, another place that you can look for collaborators might be your own email list. I haven't tried this one yet, but it might be a good idea if your niche is pretty big, such as kindergarten ELA or something like that, right? Where you have a lot of teacher sellers. You might be surprised at how many teacher sellers are subscribed to your email list. So you might want to go there too. Another place you can find collaborators is personal referrals. You might work with other teacher sellers in your niche, and you might want to start an email collab together. Maybe you have friends or family who might be in the same niche as you, and you can start there as well. You don't need a huge group of people. Anywhere from 5 to 10 collaborators is perfect, depending on how big you want to go. You probably don't want to do more than that, because everybody's audiences will probably get overwhelmed with everybody's welcome sequences, and that may backfire. So no more than 10, I would say, but at least 5 to make it worth it. Now, there are some where you can just do an email swap, where maybe you find one other person in your niche and you probably have about the same amount of subscribers, and it'll be pretty even. And then maybe they can promote your freebie and you can promote their freebie. There's really no absolute right way to do it, although there are some wrong ways to do it, as I mentioned before. All right, so let's move on to step 3, deciding on the format. There's not one way to run an email collab, like I said, but I want to share just 2 formats that I have personally used and loved because they both worked really well for different seasons of my business. Now, the first one might sound familiar because this is the most common. It's the Freebie Bundle one. The way it works is each collaborator contributes one freebie, and all of those freebies are gathered into one landing page. I just use a page on my website where I upload a picture of all the covers and the links to download them. The links are the same ones that each contributor has provided for me in that Google folder. So I just upload all of the covers on there and then the links to download them. I might even put a little blurb under each cover just to kind of explain what each freebie is about. Now, during promo week, everybody sends 2 to 3 emails to their own list inviting their subscribers to get their freebies. Now, if they have a social media presence, they can also promote there, but a lot of teacher sellers don't have a social media presence. So I don't require that. The main thing here is the email list. When people click to download a freebie, they're opting into that seller's list, which means that everybody grows their audience with teachers who are already interested in their type of resource. It's a win-win-win situation. You get exposure to brand new teachers in your niche. Your subscribers get a lot of value all at once, and everyone walks away with new leads and new connections. Now, I've used this format several times, and honestly, it's one of the easiest ways to grow your list fast without needing ads or complicated setup. Depending on the amount of subscribers that you and your collaborators already have on their lists, you'll see growth anywhere from 100 to 500 or even more subscribers in 1 week. So I think that's pretty good. The key to making it work smoothly is having one landing page where all the freebies live, double checking that every single link works, and giving collaborators all the promo materials ahead of time. So this means you write the email swipe copy and create all the graphics and share them with the collaborators ahead of time so they can plan out their emails as well. That way, when launch week arrives, everything runs on autopilot, and that is the best way to run anything, on autopilot. Okay, so now format 2, you can call it 4 or 5 weeks of freebies. I like to do this during the holidays. I did it a few years ago during that window right after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas break. So it's like 4 to 5 weeks, depending on the year. It might even be 3 weeks. I mean, you can do it however you want. That's just how I did it. Okay. It's a perfect way to wrap up the semester with a little teacher to teacher generosity here. So here's how it works. Each collaborator contributes one freebie, but instead of everyone promoting the same person each week, we stagger it. So for example, the first week I might be promoting collaborator 1's freebie, while collaborator 1 is promoting collaborator 2's freebie, and then collaborator 2 is promoting collaborator 3's, and so on and so forth. It's really hard to explain in a podcast. It's not one that I'm going to be talking about in Teacher Seller Growth Summit, but if you would like more information on how to do that one, just contact me and I will send you a visual of that. So each week we rotate, everyone moves down the list and promotes somebody new. That way, each person gets promoted by multiple collaborators throughout the series, and our audiences are constantly discovering fresh new resources. It's almost like having like a teacher gift exchange that keeps circling back. Everyone gives, everyone receives, and no one's audience gets bombarded with the same link, especially if you have done collaborations with these same teacher sellers before. You might share a lot of the same people. And then if everybody is sharing the exact same link to the exact same products, it kind of gets redundant, and you really don't want to do that. So this 4 to 5 weeks of freebies is like that sweet spot. It gives everyone time in the spotlight and fills that slower holiday season with positive energy. So it's actually really cool. It worked out really well when I did it. I haven't done it lately, but I remember it because it was super fun. And it's a great way to grow your list. And I found it perfect for that stretch between Thanksgiving and Christmas breaks. All right, so that is format 2. So those are the 2 formats that I've personally tried, and both are great options depending on your goals. If you want a quick burst of visibility and fast growth, the Freebie Bundle works beautifully. That's the first format that I gave you. And if you want something slower, more personal, more community driven, the 4 to 5 weeks of freebies, the gift series, is a perfect way to end the year strong. So I really enjoyed that one too. All right. Step 4 is setting clear expectations. Now, this is where your collab can fall apart if you are not careful. And not because people don't mean well, but because you don't set the clear expectations up front. You have to be crystal clear about what's expected. You need to talk about things like due dates for submitting the freebies, when everything is actually due, the file types that you're accepting. So if you just want PDFs, are you accepting Google folder links? What kind of file types are you accepting? I had a seller who does coaching, and she wanted to do coaching sessions. Are you going to accept those types of products or not? Okay, so you're going to have different kinds of sellers offering different kinds of products. So you have to be really clear as to what kind of files you are accepting. You also want to be clear on the submission method. Are they going to upload it to a share folder? Are they going to send you a link? And then you also need to be clear about the email window. When should everybody start promoting, and how many emails will they be sending? Is it going to be one featured email, or is it okay for them to just put it in the PS? It makes a big difference if it's just one email specifically for the freebies. You get a lot more clicks than if it was at the very bottom in the PS. Oh, by the way, we are offering this bundle for free. Click here to learn more, right? So be very clear as to what the expectations are. Also, on the landing page, make sure that you are clear as to what you're going to put up there, because those are the things that you are going to ask for from your collaborators. Of course, you have to have, like in my Google form, you have to have a little box that everybody has to check that says, I agree to all of these rules or expectations. I agree to do this on time. I agree to all of your expectations, okay? That way you don't have somebody that will say something like, I forgot, or I'll do it tomorrow. Trust me, you are going to thank yourself later for putting everything in writing before things kick off, because it never fails. You're going to have that one straggler that forgets. So also make sure that you have your submission deadlines to be before you actually need them, because like I said, you're going to have that one straggler, and you're going to want that few days of in between time so you can contact those people who accidentally forgot or whatever. All right, step 5, gather all the freebies and all the links. Now, once everybody has checked all the boxes, it's time to organize everything. You'll want to have a spreadsheet where you keep everything organized. And if you use a Google form, it's super easy to just go in there and find all of the information. And you'll also need to have your swipe files for the emails. So you'll want a Google folder where you're going to keep all your promotional materials, your graphics, and your email swipe files that you're going to share with your collaborators so that they can share it with their audiences. Now, before anybody sends anything out, make sure that all the links are working and that every freebie actually leads to an email opt-in. You can have all your collaborators click on the web page and Try all the links to make sure that they are all working and they lead to the product that they're supposed to be leading to, because everybody makes mistakes. So make sure that everything is correct. All the links are clickable and they are being sent to the correct products, so that whenever everybody hits send, then the audiences actually get what they are being promised. All right, step 6, promotion week. This is the fun part. Everybody sends out 1 or 2 emails during the collab week. Usually I say at least 2, but it's up to you. You are the boss here, so you set the requirement on how many emails need to be sent and how many social media posts need to be done. You need to keep it simple though. 2 emails maybe, and the social media post if the collaborators are active on social media, but the main traffic driver here is always email. All right, step 7. After the collab, it is time to nurture your new subscribers. Make sure that you are sending a welcome email or a short sequence. Tag them in your email platform so that you know where they came from. That way you can keep track of how many subscribers you got during each one to know if you want to repeat it the following year or not. Provide value in your welcome sequence before you pitch anything. So you might want to give them any other freebies. Maybe you want to send them to some blog posts that you have written or a podcast or whatever it is that you have as long form content. And then at the end say, hey, if you want this whole product, you can grab it here. That way, when you share your offer, they're more likely to buy because they already trust you. Maybe you can even offer it at a discount if you have your own store where you can issue discounts. I know TPT doesn't allow you to do that, but if you have your own store, then you can do that. All right, so let's do a quick recap with your collaborators. Maybe you want to send them a quick Google form asking them for feedback, what worked, what didn't, whether you would like to do it again. A lot of creators send this quarterly or seasonally once they see how powerful they are. So make sure you get feedback from your collaborators. All right, some common mistakes to avoid. Let's wrap this up with a few mistakes that I have seen and I have made myself. Here's 5 common mistakes to avoid. Number 1, choosing random sellers instead of aligned ones. Just because they have a big list doesn't mean that you are going to benefit from it, okay? They have to be aligned to your niche. Number 2, not setting the deadlines or not giving specific clear directions. Number 3, letting people in who don't follow through. So if you know that person doesn't follow through, then don't even invite that person. Number 4, forgetting to collect the emails correctly. Make sure that all of your links are working and everybody is tagged the way they were supposed to be tagged and they are connected to the email sequences that you want them to be connected to. Number 5, making it overly complicated. Remember, keep it simple, keep it doable for you because you are the one that's organizing it. So keep it organized and keep it clear and you should be fine. All right. So if list growth has been slow or lonely, remember, you don't have to do it alone. Get yourself some collaborators and do an email collab because it'll help you build momentum. It'll help you share value and it'll help you grow together. And if you want to go deeper into how to organize these collaborations, both free and paid bundle collabs, I'll be talking all about this during the Teacher Seller Growth Summit hosted by Misty Miller happening November 13th through the 18th. You will get 4 days of practical, actionable strategies from over 25 teacher seller experts on topics like transforming your covers, creating interactive Canva templates, exploring other income sources, understanding KPIs for growth, building effective sales pages, and so much more. And the best part is that it is totally free, and I'd love for you to join us there. You can grab your free ticket using the link in the show notes. And if you want the Google form that I use for my email collabs, make sure you get the all access pass because it's going to be included in there. All right, let's keep creating, let's keep collaborating. And remember, you don't need a massive list to make a massive impact. All right. I will see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Hey, teacher friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If this show is helping you dream a little bigger, would you take 30 seconds to leave a quick review? It means the world to me, and it helps more teachers find their way to this podcast. I'll meet you back here next week. Take care and keep dreaming bigger.